Picture this. Picture this. Wall Street bankers are popping champagne, their portfolios swelling. A few miles away, a family at a local superstore stares at their receipt. The electronics, the groceries, even take kids' shoes are suddenly more expensive. The connection isn't obvious, but it's very real. While headlines boast about new revenue streams for the country, some quiet, invisible math has already decided who's really paying the tab. Here's a hint. It isn't the billionaires, it's you. It's the consumer. We're talking about tariffs. They are sold to us as a penalty on foreign nations, a patriotic shield to protect our industries. But a quick look at history and basic economics reveals a very different and much more expensive truth. So, how does this actually work? Let's say the government slaps a 25% tariff on a smartphone imported from another country. That foreign government doesn't just write a check to ours. No, the company that imports those smartphones pays that 25% fee right at the port. Now, do you think that company is just going to absorb that massive cost? Of course not. Businesses are designed to make a profit, not to swallow losses. So, they pass that cost directly on to the retailer, who then passes it on to you. That 25% tariff ends up right there on your receipt, baked into the final price. It's not new. Back in the 19th century, before income taxes were a thing, governments ran almost entirely on tariffs. And who paid for the government? Not the foreign merchants. It was the local farmers and workers, paying more for everything they bought. In effect, tariffs create a regressive tax system, taking a much bigger percentage of income from the poor and middle class than from the rich. History is filled with sharp warnings about this. Look at Britain in the 19th century and their infamous Corn Laws. These were tariffs designed to keep the price of grain and, therefore, bread artificially high. The stated goal was to protect wealthy landowners from foreign competition. The elite got richer, their land values soared, while factory workers and the poor literally starved because they couldn't afford a loaf of bread. It took widespread protest and suffering before those laws were finally repealed in 1846. A more recent example, the infamous Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930 in the United States. It promised to protect American jobs during the Great Depression. Instead, it triggered a global trade war as other countries retaliated with their own tariffs. International trade collapsed, and the Great Depression got much, much deeper. The lesson we see again and again is that protectionism often works as a form of upward wealth redistribution, all disguised in the language of patriotism. Fast forward to today, and you'll see the exact same dynamic playing out. It's become a kind of magician's trick for politicians. Let's say a government passes huge tax cuts for corporations and the wealthy, which creates a massive budget deficit. How do you fill that hole without raising visible taxes, like the income tax, which would be incredibly unpopular? You use tariffs. The money starts flowing into the treasury from these import duties, and leaders can stand at a podium and claim they're bringing in revenue and making the country prosperous. But that prosperity is an illusion, because the cost is being quietly and invisibly extracted from the purchasing power of every single household. That new TV, the furniture for your living room, the parts for your car, every price hike is the ghost of that tariff, an invisible tax you pay every day. In the end, tariffs sell a beautiful, simple story of national strength and standing up to rivals. But in practice, they act more like mirrors, reflecting the costs directly back onto the domestic economy, with the bill landing squarely in the hands of regular people. They don't protect the little guy. They tax the little guy. So, the next time you hear a politician proudly declare that a trade war is good and that our rivals will pay for it, just remember the simple math. That money doesn't magically appear from foreign treasuries. It comes from your wallet. Thanks for watching. And if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more content that cuts through the noise. See you next time.